Johnny Salami, chat. Johnny Salami's back. These moments destroyed his life.
Things have got so much worse for the disrespectful IRL streamer, as he's now facing a new crime charge, and if things keep going this way, it'll be inevitable for him to be stuck in Korea's prison system for a while. In my last video covering this guy, I said that it would likely be my last update on him for a while, as there wasn't really that much Johnny could do, you know, considering that one of his mods confirmed that his equipment had been taken away from him.
I've heard now that he's starting to go broke over in Korea.
I mean, he's not earning any money. Yeah. Isn't he just relying on donos at this point?
He will, because he has to stay till March, the 5th of March, if I'm correct.
Oh my god.
He can't stream because he does not have a work visa, and his phones and laptops are at the police.
They're with the police?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, okay.
And at least it has been a little while now, considering it's the next year. Happy New Year's, by the way. But I might have been wrong, because apparently he got access to another phone very quickly, since he's been back on his Discord server, and he also created a new
Johnny Jewish. That's what we're doing.
YouTube channel.
That's
and he's
what
been
we're doing.
messaging on his Discord server, as you can see here, but we'll get back into that later. But obviously, this is Johnny Somali, a disrespectful IRL streamer who's essentially known for going into other countries that are extremely high-trust societies, only to push everyone's boundaries as far as you can. And the dude clearly believes that he'll get...
I saw on my TikTok, there's another Johnny Somali that's popping up. I bet you we will hear about this maybe like in a month or two. But he goes into massage parlors and asks for like sexual favors without actually saying it. It's so bad. I've seen it myself. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear about this guy. Yeah, it's another wannabe. And they're like a plague. Johnny Somali's gonna die on the cross for these people, and they're gonna just find another replacement.
Away with anything that he does, because get this, he keeps pushing the limits and he keeps on getting thrown into jail cells. But that doesn't stop him from saying, I'm gonna beat this case like OJ. I don't think OJ is a person you want to aspire to be. We've been covering...
Yeah, I don't know about that. Feels like I want to be like OJ. Yeah, everybody hates OJ, to be honest.
This guy for a little bit over a year now, and in the meantime, he's already been to Japanese jail, detained in Israel, and he's now stuck in Korea for always repeating the same behavior over and over again. And as we know, the court date has been pushed back from December 20th of 2024 to March 7th, 2025. And now the guy is desperate because he's stuck in Korea, he can't work, he doesn't have his passport. There's not much to do then. And the reason he can't work is because he doesn't have his work visa, and he doesn't have most of his equipment, as that was taken from him. So at least for now, he can no longer do his job, which is essentially running around in public harassing innocent people. Because if he continues to do that, even if he gets new equipment, he doesn't have his work visa, and that can just add even more charges to his already ongoing legal case. And then to make things even worse for the guy, he's still being hunted by the South Korean population with a bounty for those who can catch and smack the Golden Goblin. That's what the Koreans have dubbed him. The
Golden Goblin.
reason for this name is apparently a Golden Goblin is someone who drops a loot, and you know the loot is the bounty they
It's a Diablo reference.
get for smacking him. So there we go. So it's safe to say that dude is terrified, but I don't really have that much remorse for the guy. It seems like, as we've covered here on this channel, he's dug his own grave. He's had 80 million outs, but he just keeps doubling down and just continues the same behavior. But because he'll actually have to face consequences for his antics for the first time in a long time since Japan. In Japan, he only got 3 months, but apparently that wasn't...
Which is honestly criminal. They were way too nice to him, and that's probably because of the language barrier. They don't even know half the things that, they don't even know half the things he probably did, to be honest. Korea is a tad more westernized in terms of like East Asian culture. Yeah.
Enough to deter him. So now he's back for round 2 in Korea. But by the way things look right now, it looks like he'll be getting a lot more than 3 months. And the dude is afraid that he might have actually ruined his life forever. Not only because, you know, he might get some serious time, but also because he has no valuable place to stream currently. And clearly, that's what he cares the most about. And the newest update on Johnny is apparently there's a new charge. The dude committed a new crime. Or, well, it happened before, but the charge came from, you know, because he live streams everything he does. So one of the victims and the companies that saw it, or that it happened to, they went, hey, we're filing a charge for that. So this information was first reported on Bang TV, a South Korean YouTube channel, on his community tab. And here it says, fortunately, in the case of Jung Sung, I might be butchering names here. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Passenger bus number 271. Jung Sung is apparently the name of the company whose bus Johnny was on. The victim was identified. The bus driver in the video gave a statement, and the Jung Sung passenger bus manager, who was on the bus at the time Johnny was on this bus, gave a statement about witnessing the obstruction of the bus.
God, you have to be such a dumb fuck and be unlucky as fuck too, to top it off. The manager was there, so he saw it firsthand. Probably pressed charges like on the spot.
Business. So this guy really chose the worst possible bus to essentially do his antics on, because what are the chances that Johnny Somali is on the same bus as the bus company manager? I mean, that's just a full circle moment. So Johnny, I guess, was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he documented and uploaded all of it. So the charge of obstruction of business was acknowledged, and the case was sent to the prosecution. And if he gets a couple more of these business obstruction charges, he can't help but go to prison. Because don't forget, he also has one charge of obstruction of business for the ramen incident at the 7-Eleven. Now he has—
God, so disgusting. Like, I think there's toddlers out there that behave better than this, that are like 2 years old. You could even excuse that it's a 2-year-old because they don't have like an understanding of what's going on. This is a fully grown man that's acting like a 2-year-old.
As a second. So for one charge of obstruction of business, he would likely have to pay a fine. For 2 charges, he might face a few months in prison. For 3, this number just keeps adding, and then 4 and 5 and so on. So I mean, like, if he just keeps getting these charges, he might have to sit in prison for a while. And Andrew from Legal Mindset explained why this is an obstruction of business.
This right here, when the bus driver has to get up and handle you and yell at you, that's obstruction. You are causing a delay. If you guys don't know, in case you guys haven't been to Korea, buses tend to run on time. And if you are in any way delaying the timeliness of a bus, that is huge.
Based.
That is absolutely big, because that same bus is driving back and forth all day. And if you've messed them up by 5 minutes, that messes up the whole schedule for the whole day. So this is a big deal.
So yeah, at this point, it's pretty much inevitable that Johnny will be facing some time in Korea's prison. Now, we just kind of have to wait for how much this time will actually be. But other than that, his best friend in Korea, Hank Yu, who is also, I guess, his co-conspirator in a lot of his live stream antics, he recently had an interview for the podcast K-Town Social Club, where the hosts made sure to question Hank about his friendship with Johnny Somali. But if you don't know who I'm talking about, you know, since this lore just keeps on adding new characters to the roster, Hank was one of the guys who screamed at Johnny to stop drinking in that video where all of them were allegedly in the back of a police car being hidden away from the Korean citizens who were hunting them.
Stop drinking in a cop car, man. That's not on camera.
Dude, it's on camera too. This guy's like, this guy's actually so low IQ. Oh, why are you filming it?
Or I'm gonna drop everything, man.
We're not drinking. We're not drinking. We're not drinking.
Hey, please.
It's not on camera.
Follow my orders. We're not helping you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, lie. This is not Japan. Americans have way more freedom here.
Nigga, we got so much more freedom.
Protecting us. We in the back of the police car. Come and get us. Yo, they gonna look at these people looking at me like, oh, hell no. I said stop drinking!
And he was also the other friend of Johnny alongside of Gino in this video where they were all beaten up by South Korean citizens. So maybe they really needed to be in the back of that police car for protection. So now that our memories are refreshed, let's take a look at what he has to say.
I don't agree with everything what he does, but I do support his freedom of speech. And
yeah, but you're not in America. I don't know how the laws work in other countries, but I'm pretty sure America has freedom of speech and some countries do not. Enabler? Dude, it's crazy.
What do you agree with? What do you agree with that he does?
I agree with pissing off Korean Xers. For sure.
What?
Generation X.
What?
Yes.
What? So you just help Johnny harass random people in Korea who many aren't even Gen X because you dislike Gen X? Interesting.
What did Generation X do?
Generation X is the worst in Korea.
Yeah, explain,
have you guys ever?
This is such a non-argument.
Explain it. Well, why are they the worst? What do they do?
What did they do?
So, do you know the Generation X attitude? Like, how dare you disagree with me?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I think that's just the general.
Boomers too, right?
Boomers.
That happens in every culture since the dawn of time. People got mad at people for writing in books because they wanted things to be written in like stone instead. I'm exaggerating, but like people got mad at when horses were starting to get out of fashion and automobiles became a thing. But yeah, respect your elder attitude. That goes back fucking centuries. What are we talking about?
Too, but
Millennia.
Boomers, I believe they have their own reason because Korea was actually poor then.
Yeah, but Johnny was not just going after Generation X. He was mostly targeting like Gen Z Koreans on the street and like harassing them, no?
Yeah.
And boomers too.
I thought
Gen Z actually loved.
Pretty sure zero Gen Xers were comfort women too. So
well, that's a good point, and
That's
I
a good
heavily doubt
point.
that the average Gen Z Korean loves Johnny. That's definitely not what I've heard.
I know, but Gen Z actually love Johnny. Trust me.
You mean like 90% of Gen Z love Johnny, or
Okay, so that
That's
boomer
such
that was
cap,
in
bro.
the convenience store in the 7-Eleven that was getting harassed
He lies as he breathes, bro. This is so sad. I don't know.
by Johnny, that woman deserved to be harassed like that.
and have thrown stuff
Like-
thrown.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Robin,
no,
What does
that
freedom
I
of speech have to do with action?
okay.
That I actually disagree with.
So you have a line then.
Oh, well, thankfully you don't agree with everything he does. So he's saying he's doing all that with the sole purpose of pissing Generation X people off. I mean, he says he's a free speech supporter, but
pissed
what Johnny
everyone
did
off.
and
What?
has been doing all along isn't really a matter of free speech.
Oh.
Like, I would even risk saying that it has never been a matter of free speech. Like, the dude has just straight up been harassing and threatening people. Free speech obviously is extremely important, but so is not being harassed and used for content by random streamers when you're simply walking in public. Like, come on.
And perpetuating a cycle that will go on indefinitely even after you're done. I hate this man. I think Ice Poseidon was funny for a while, and when he played RuneScape, it was like fun to watch, and you know it was funny at the time. But he genuinely opened Pandora's box unintentionally. Nothing has ever been the same since like IRL streaming took off, like, and making content out of this.
If you are commuting on a bus, one of the last things you want is some streamer to shove a rotting fish in your face and laugh at it while he's live streaming your reaction for his content. People do not want that to happen in society.
So you say you support Johnny Somali's right to free speech, right? But then when you continue to hang out with him after he then gets violent with people and puts his hands on people or does break the law, you do realize you're no longer supporting.
Or as a Korean, I would assume they're Korean, doing the disrespecting comfort women. Like, do you not realize that your great grandma or your grandma had to maybe experience that kind of thing? Wouldn't you want to stop after that? Like, put aside the violence, like whatever, but like as a family unit, like him doing that is extremely disrespectful to your culture. Hey, this guy has no spine. It's no spineless, man.
His freedom of speech, and you're just supporting his illegal behavior, right?
Right, but Johnny never actually put his hands on people.
he has threatened to, hasn't he?
Moxie as a joke. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he jokingly
sure, but-
threatened to rape somebody.
Jokingly threatened to rape someone.
So how do we know if it's a joke or not?
Like, that's
There's
online
bro.
like streaming stuff, and I don't know if it's a threat because he said that you should get raped by Somalis.
I feel like he just proved to the world he's about it.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah, he did say that you should be assaulted by Somalis, bro. What the frick?
as intelligent as a loaf of bread. But let's keep going.
You'd get shot for that kind of thing. You say that out loud in public, you'd probably get shot in like New York or like the wrong place. Send him to freaking New York or Detroit. Yeah.
I would take care of my safety first, right? But at the same time, like,
right, but taken to the logical
Johnny
conclusion,
doesn't really endanger my
right, but taken to the
right now,
logical
he's
conclusion.
Didn't you just get your ass beat last?
me.
Didn't you get your ass beat though?
I did.
Right.
So how did he not put you in danger then?
He did, but that wasn't supposed to happen in a first world country like Korea. You know,
Why
that's
wouldn't it?
What are you talking about? How is that relevant? You get your ass beaten in a first world country, like in any first world country. You send him to Europe, or like, I don't know, like first world country in Europe, and you probably get shot or beat up. What'd you say about my mama? Freedom of consequences, my ass. Yeah.
That would happen in Mexico, basically.
What?
What? That is not exclusive to Mexico. What? That's so racist to say. That is not exclusive. Respect is cultural. It's not. Respect is in all cultures, not exclusive to one culture.
No. If you go to a country and you mock their culture, don't be surprised if you get your ass beat. That is a universal thing. How is this not clicking with them? But they do ask him what Johnny has been up to. And by the way, this interview happened before his trial was officially delayed.
Okay.
Where's Johnny now? What's he up to? Is he doing okay? His trial's next week, isn't it?
Yeah, Johnny's doing all right, but he's not with me right now. But
yeah, because everyone knows where you live.
This guy's taking no shit. That's funny.
Yeah.
I like this
so
guy.
like, my location's like compromised, so I'm not gonna keep Johnny here. You know.
Wait,
right,
obviously.
But do you still hang out with him? You have like meals with him? You have pizza with him? You eat what? Jjajangmyeon with him? What do you do with him?
I talked to him
It's
about a couple
savage
legal
food.
cases because he is a witness to that aggravated assault, and he's a witness to like stalking, all that, you know.
Yeah. So do you eat with him or
I'm
what?
also a witness to those cases. No, not really. I mean,
okay.
if I eat with him, that's gonna like compromise his safety too, you know.
So what's your take overall? Is he f***ed in your opinion, or is he going to be okay?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're trying to make it political, and
Sure.
you know what happened to my
I don't think this is political. I think this is genuinely a guy that overstepped his boundaries because he thought he was a god. It's not political. I think he's just a retard. Sorry.
case because they made my case political back in East Texas. I got right.
But that was from
So-
American government, not Korean government.
Yeah, but like Korea has like much, I would say, more lenient sentencing than the United States. So Johnny's probably not going to go to prison. He's going to
Oh, you think
Probably,
you
like-
think he'll
Oh, he's
be
gonna
let
be
go?
fine. Yeah.
either let go or like at most like pay some fines, you know? Because I mean, what did he do that was like
But if you can't pay the fines, don't they send you to jail? I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
felonious?
What do you mean he didn't do anything that was felonious? Wait, what do you mean by that? Like, I have an entire list on one of my past videos of every felony this guy's committed. And that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So there's probably more as of right now. National security law.
I wish I had a friend like that just defends me no matter what. No, my friend didn't commit crimes. This cap, he's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Anti-Terrorism
That's the
Act.
smugglers.
Business
I don't think so. I think the smugglers would call me out on bullshit. I'm sure they would.
obstruction. The deepfake incident. A crime of insult. Defamation. An act of assault. Narcotics Control Act. And finally, a misdemeanor.
Oh yeah, he was smoking weed, wasn't he? That's super serious in Korea. Yeah, if you smoke weed, you can get into a lot of shit with the government with that.
Penalty Act. Johnny's clearly been speedrunning the Korean Penal Code, and Hank is out there asking, what did he do that was felonious? And by the end of the interview, they ask Hank if he knows where Gino is, and even though he responds that Gino went from Korea directly to Japan, there's a lot of people saying, hey, that's not even true, considering, you know, his last post on social media. But back to the Johnny situation.
Can we delete social media already? And I don't mean like ban TikTok, I mean like delete all social media, man.
Apparently, he's got a new phone once again, and he started messaging on his Discord one more time. And this time, he seems to be considering a real comeback in his career. If I come back to streaming, I don't know where he'll be at this point. I honestly should have never been banned from Kick, but that's in the past. I feel like this might be the first message from this guy where he realized he ruined his own life. Because clearly, it doesn't seem that jail time phases him. What does seem to phase him is not being able to live stream. And now that's become extremely hard for him with all of his bans. And then you have all the legal implications from Korea on top of that. But Johnny has uploaded some VOD on his old stream where, I guess, when he was back in Japan in 2023, but that's really not that relevant to this situation right now. It's not like he's uploading new content from Korea onto his Rumble as of now. But as I mentioned earlier, the problem for his comeback is he managed to get banned on essentially every single relevant streaming platform. So his comeback, even if he goes all in, it's going to be very hard to find him because he's banned. And obviously he made a new YouTube account, but if he starts streaming on YouTube again, it won't really last for too long considering he's already been banned on YouTube once before. He's also bragging about the title of world's most controversial live streamer.
And again, even if he gets permabanned and sent to jail, someone's gonna fill his shoes. Like I said, I already found a Johnny Somali light just flicking through TikTok recommended to me of a guy like asking for favors from masseuses, from Asian female masseuses that don't do that kind of thing, and they're all confused, and he's like, oh, sucky, and they're like, what is this guy doing? And they're trying to act stupid. It's the same thing
on his new YouTube channel. But Johnny's main problem is he's not even controversial. He's just universally hated. But if you want the full story of how we even got here, you can check out this video here, or you can check out this one that YouTube's recommending to you. And other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully. Peace.
Peace. Boom. Kaboom. Kapow.